Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly has condemned the decision by Global Affairs Canada to send an official to a Russia Day party at that country's embassy in Ottawa. That was Friday, even though Canada has vowed to isolate Russia diplomatically for its invasion of Ukraine. Janice McGregor is in Ottawa to bring us up to date on some of the reaction to this. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning, Heather. Yasmin Heinbecker, the Deputy Chief of Protocol at Global Affairs, is the diplomat at the center of this. And now officials at her department, Global Affairs Canada, scrambling to apologize and clarify that her attending this reception on Friday was in fact contrary to what is expected of Canadian diplomats at this sensitive time. Her political boss, as you say, Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly, out very quickly yesterday calling it acceptable, talking about how Canada continues to stand with Ukraine in fighting Russia's egregious invasion. Also suggesting that when Global Affairs made the decision to send someone to this event, it did not run it by the minister's office or consider political optics. Globe and Mail was first out to report this yesterday, and at that point, not only opposition politicians, but also members of the Ukrainian diaspora, said they were appalled. Candice Bergen, the Conservative leader, out with a statement saying Canada needs to do more to isolate the Putin regime. Obviously, attending a reception like this wouldn't be an example of that. And Conservatives and groups like the Ukrainian Canadian Congress, remember, when this war began, they called for Russian diplomats to be expelled from Canada altogether. And the government then, and apparently still, did not want to do that, wanted the diplomatic channels of communication to remain open. But no one should have gone to this reception, the departmental spokesperson is now telling us, getting Global Affairs Canada back in line with the minister, and further saying that no one will attend an event like this in the future hosted by the Russians, nor will Russian diplomats be invited to Canada Day events. Now, everyone should understand there are many events like this in Ottawa all the time. Embassies host them for their respective national days. And I want to be clear, these aren't parties kind of just for the fun of it. Diplomats are there to network. They collect intel. They pull kind of strategic people aside at these sorts of things. The Russian embassy offered a list of other countries that were represented at this event. And Ambassador Oleg Stepanov said, look, democracy is about dialogue. He said, despite political agreements, they are not looking at Canada through what he called, quote, an adversarial optic. And Russia's ready to wait patiently for Trudeau's cabinet or the next government to understand that pursuing good relations would be in Canada's interest.
So that's the Russian view of things. I'm wondering about other Western allies of Ukraine. How could this affect the diplomatic response?
Yeah, because for public consumption, right, what we have seen is things like diplomatic walkouts at the UN in New York or in Geneva. This is the ministerial for the World Trade Organization this week. And officials there had been refusing to be in the same room as Russian representatives, not wanting their names on joint statements that also mentioned Russia, for example. Municipally, Ottawa's mayor, Jim Watson, refused to fly the Russian flag on June 12th, as it was requested by the embassy. The city does fly other national flags for countries' important days. The municipality instead has been flying the Ukrainian flag since the illegal invasion of Ukraine. And the mayor said the city isn't going to have anything to do with the Russian government. It even put up free Ukraine signs on the street where the Russian embassy is located. You look at all those symbols, all those gestures of support for Ukraine, and you have to think they are at risk of being undermined by Heinbecker's decision to attend this reception.
Thank you, Janice. Janice McGregor from Ottawa today.